So here we're looking at the flat circulatory model for Biology 105. So we're going to learn some of these arteries and veins. So first off, we're going to look up in this area here, and this is trying to depict the heart, and these are trying to depict the lungs. So let's first look at the pulmonary arteries and veins. Now if you remember, arteries are red, veins are blue, except for pulmonary. They are the opposite of that. So this right here is the pulmonary trunk coming out of the heart, and these going into the lungs, still blue, are the pulmonary arteries. So these are the pulmonary arteries here and over here. The red ones going into the lungs are the pulmonary veins. Okay. So now let's take a look at the other arteries here. So as I said, arteries are red, veins are blue, except for pulmonary. So this right here is the aorta, and this is the aortic arch. And there are three branches coming off the aortic arch. The first branch is a brachiocephalic. The second that you see here and continues on here is a left common carotid. And then the third is right here and continues over here, and that is the left subclavian. So aorta, aortic arch, brachiocephalic, left common carotid, left subclavian. Now the brachiocephalic is going to come up here and it's going to branch. And these branches get new names. So brachiocephalic here, this is right common carotid now, and this is right subclavian arteries. So aorta, aortic arch, brachiocephalic artery, right common carotid artery, left common right subclavian. This right here is the left common carotid artery, and this is the left subclavian artery. Looking at the veins in this area, we have this right here. This is the superior vena cava. And the superior vena cava is going to branch two ways. One branch you can see very easily. It is between my thumbs there. So that region right there is called the brachiocephalic vein. Another one is right here, literally between my thumbs there as well. A very small branch, but once again, that is a brachiocephalic vein there as well. So this is the right brachiocephalic vein, this is the left brachiocephalic vein. And both of these are going to branch into these guys that go into the neck, which are jugular veins, and the ones that go off to the sides, which are subclavian veins. This one has been cut off. So superior vena cava branches to the right brachiocephalic and left brachiocephalic, which branches into the right jugular, right subclavian, left jugular, left subclavian. We follow the arteries here from the right subclavian artery out into the arm. When this branches here, this artery then is called the axial artery. So axial are found in the armpit region of our body. So that is the axial artery. This will branch into here, and if we follow this guy down here, this is the brachial artery right there. So that is the brachial artery. The brachial artery will now branch here and here. So the one that's going to the thumb side, this is the radial artery, while this is the ulnar artery. So back into the arm again, right subclavian becomes axial artery, then brachial artery, then radial and ulnar arteries. Okay, so let's look at blood vessels in this region of the model here. The large vein here is the inferior vena cava, while the large artery here is the abdominal aorta. In both cases, you're going to see them branch to the left, to the right, and to the left, and then you're going to see another branch going in and then one coming out. So they're all named the same, just for one's arteries, the others are veins. So the abdominal aorta is going to branch into these two guys. These two are the common iliac arteries. This is the right common iliac artery. This is the left common iliac artery. They're called common iliacs until you have this branch. So this branching that occurs here. So this branch is called the internal iliac artery, while this one is the external iliac artery. So common iliacs, internal iliacs, external iliacs. The veins are named the same way in this region. So we have the inferior vena cava. It's going to branch into common iliac veins, internal iliac veins, and then external iliac veins. Now, once we get outside the abdominal pelvic cavity, we no longer call this the external iliac. It's the external iliac here. We pass through that abdominal pelvic cavity. Now it becomes the femoral artery. The femoral vein has been cut off on this side, and unfortunately on the other side it is also cut off. So we have external iliacs outside the abdominal pelvic cavity. They become femoral. Femoral artery, this is the femoral vein. This long vein that we see here and extends down the leg, this is the greater saphenous vein. So that is the greater saphenous.